Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 14, the forest of enjoyment, text 40. There were many great saintly kings who were very expert in performing sacrificial rituals and very competent in conquering other kingdoms. Yet despite their power, they could not attain the loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is because those great kings could not even conquer the false consciousness of I am this body and this is my property. Thus they simply created enmity with rival kings, fought with them and died without having discharged life's real mission. This was spoken on 28 June 2015, News of Vaikunth, Bangalore. First summary for the WhatsApp, then the complete class. So in this verse, you may think that this is about kings, but it's also about us. There are many things to learn. First is that before there used to be many great saintly kings, they were expert in performing sacrificial rituals and very competent in conquering other kingdoms. So they had both these capabilities. First, they were very competent in their job of conquering other kingdoms. But they did not consider that that is enough. Oh, I'm competent, that is enough. Like Ravana. Ravana thought that was enough. Instead, they knew that they had to please the demigods and they used to perform rituals. Of course, even Ravana knew that. And he performed sacrifices to the demigod Lord Shiva. But that is also not enough. What they did do was, they couldn't attain the loving service of Krishna. Without attaining the loving service of Krishna, Shukadeva Goswami says, they cannot conquer the false consciousness of I am this body and this is my property. This is what happens. Now, this is not about them. It is about us also. We may be very competent in our job or whatever role we are playing in life. We may be very competent in it. And we may be very piously following whatever our parents told us, you go and do this and you go and do that, in order to please the demigods. But if we have not got the proper guru, then we don't know how to get loving service to Krishna. And then what happens? We start thinking, I am this body, I am this property. It's very deeply embedded in us for many millions of lifetimes. Like Madhumita, who are you? Huh? Soul. Okay, so Madhumita's, her body is how many years old? 8, 9, 10 years old. But she doesn't think that she's this body, she knows she's the soul. So, unfortunately, many adults don't think like that. If you ask them who are you, they'll give one name and they'll be very proud of whatever else they are. Their caste and their children and their family and their job and so on. Huh? Qualification. So-called qualification. So-called BA, BCom, BTech, PhD, MTech, Harvard. All these so-called qualifications, they're very proud of that. Thinking I am this body, I am this property. And what is the result? We simply create enmity with rival kings. Now we may say, no, I don't create any enmity. But the fact is, this is Kali Yuga, everyone has got enmity. With whom? They'll have rivals in the office. Okay, who's going to get promotion? And so people push each other down. These are our enemies. Maybe I'm a very good person, I don't push someone else down, but then someone else pushes me down. Then I fight back. So this is going on. At home, there may be rivalry with the brothers for the property, and so on and so on. This is all going on. So simply creating enemies with our rivals, we are doing that. Fought with them and died without having discharged life's real mission. So if we are doing this, so most of the people are dying without having discharged life's real mission of getting loving service to Krishna. So this is why Srila Prabhupada created ISKCON, so that everyone gets an opportunity to get to this life's real mission, actually rendering loving service to Krishna. It is not just visiting the temple, doing archana and coming back, reciting Sahasranamam, reciting this slokam, that slokam. That is not what it's all about. This is all not loving service to Krishna. Loving service to Krishna is loving service to Krishna. That means with love, you serve him. Not according to what I think is service, but what according to what Krishna thinks is service. So how do you know what Krishna thinks? You know from Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. The Bhagavad Gita is the Shastra, Krishna himself. So Sadhu are the devotees and Guru is our Guru. They will tell us what is loving service to Krishna. And accordingly we, oh, nothing wrong there, I think it's good. Okay, maybe it's there. Accordingly, we render service, not according to our own whims and fancies. We have to actually be very surrendered and find out and get instructions and do that. Not that we think of our own projects and go ahead with it. We can think of our own projects, we must come and get permission. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? That is loving service to Krishna. And we are very, very fortunate to have got this Krishna consciousness movement by which we can render loving service. We are taught exactly how to do it and we get great opportunities to do that. So we should take that fully, forget about our identity as this body, forget about our property, forget about qualifications, forget everything else. Remember only this, that I must become very expert in rendering loving service to Krishna. Then our life will be successful. Hare Krishna.